Welcome Strategy Battle Gamers to another GBHL YouTube video. You are here with GBHL James and we've got Damian, our special guest. He's here with us and we're actually going to talk about something which you may have seen me specifically, teasing in a number of videos lately. And this was the concept of some real great SBG Hobbit related yumminess, which is coming up soon. So I'm sat here with Damian because we've been talking about it. This is something that Damian has been planning for a while. What is going to be happening over the next few months, Damian O'Byrne?
My hope, the plan is that very soon after you see this video, there will be we should tell them when it is as well. This is quite important. I like looking into the future. It's, where are we? End of Feb?
What, now?
Yeah. End of February?
As in the video or now?
No, right now.
Yeah, it's East Grinstead.
East Grinstead weekend. Oh, they'll tell from the clothes, I'm sure.
Same as the unboxing.
So it's the end of February. 4 wins.
Not 4 wins.
It's the end of February, and I'm thinking hopefully this will be going out in around a month's time, something like that. And the idea is there will be a glossy fanzine for SBG.
This is something the community has been crying out for. Absolutely crying out for. Seriously, a lot of the guys watching this will be on the One Ring forums and on the Last Alliance, and I've been a member of those forums for. Well, you will have met me when I first went on there. So when was it? It was
2 years, year and a half.
Year and a half, 2 years, yeah. Year and a half, 2 years. And it is one of the biggest reoccurring topics that seems to come up every 4 months, maybe. You know, we need something which whets our appetite when it comes to Hobbity goodness.
Hobbity goodness. And Lord of the Ringsy goodness.
Lord of the Ringsy goodness.
Both time periods.
Yeah, because there is so much love and passion for Lord of the Rings, for The Hobbit, and for Strategy Battle Game.
It came from a desire that I personally still love magazines. I like holding something and flicking through it and reading it, as opposed to, I love all the stuff you get online when you see battle reports online that you can read, but I like the fact that in this cabinet over here that you can't see, it's over that way, there is a big pile of magazines from the past that I can pick up and flick through and still get enjoyment out of.
It's that same concept, isn't it, of, you know, when Kindle's coming out and things like that. Yeah. You know, do you get the same experience? There's an experience that comes with holding a book or a magazine in your hand. When you get I remember being younger, you will have had similar experiences, when you got a new magazine, you took out its wrapper. And there was something about taking a magazine out with the feel. There's like a slight stickiness to the glossy.
And it smells nice. You might have noticed me smelling all that stuff.
You've been smelling lots of stuff. To be fair, I do exactly the same.
Have you done this? Have you been in this?
Yeah, when you smell the book. Have you not seen when we reviewed the Leslie? Yeah.
Amazing.
The first thing, we did it simultaneously, Jamie and I. We opened it and both of our heads went,
GW books smell amazing.
Awesome. So, the plan.
So the plan is essentially that there will be a glossy fanzine created by the fans, for the fans, that I have spearheaded, I guess, and different people will contribute to every month, and every 2 months. It won't be on, it's being done independently. There will not be a release date. It will be pushed out, but I think hopefully we could have an issue about every 2 months, somewhere in that region. It'll be 48 pages. And
48 pages?
That's the hope.
That's a huge number of pages.
48 pages.
What kind of things are we going to be looking at?
Well, I've basically looked at, by going through the forums, you see what people are interested in, you see the kind of articles people want, and I think it's pretty obvious. I don't think there's a lot of kind of, oh, no one knows what people want. I think people want battle reports, I think painting workshops, scenery workshops, tactics articles, tournament reviews. People seem to enjoy reading about other players' experiences. Player profiles. I think people like getting to know players and get the personality of this person. You clearly, everyone who watches these videos knows you like Rohan, not because you've ever done a video about using Rohan, but because it seeps into everything you do, and that kind of personality helps. And so that will be the idea, that you have, there'll be new scenarios as well, of course, which is something kind kind of cool.
This is one of the reasons why I'm here as well. Is because if we've still learned anything in our last few months of the channel, is that there is a massive audience of people and a potential audience of people. There are people who have thought about it, they've flirted with the idea of getting involved in the hobby, but there's not been that thing to really capture them, to capture their imagination, to humanise the whole experience that we are now getting because we've created this great community.
Absolutely.
Not just GBHL, but the whole.
Yeah, the kind of independent community absolutely thriving now, in no small part down to what you and Jamie are doing on this channel, and everyone else is contributing now more and more.
The league.
And you are getting a growing body of people who are contributing daily. Maybe they aren't attending all the tournaments, but every tournament now has got new faces, and that wasn't happening last year. And there was a big kind of almost forget the unexpected growth, Hobbit language,
Love it.
recently, that you wouldn't necessarily, unexpected boon in kind of popularity, and I wanted this. I wanted it. I wanted a glossy magazine that I could read every month about SBG, and then I thought, well, if it's not going to happen, I'll do it myself. And so that's where it kind of came from, and that's what we are working on. And the first issue is full. It's not finished by any means. A lot of it isn't written, but the 48 pages are planned. It's about half, 2/3 kind of done, that sort of area. We may have been doing some content for it this weekend.
We have been doing tons of content that you guys are going to absolutely love, because as this community continues to grow, as the Hobbit gets out there again, as people's passions are rekindled, it's one of the number one comments that we get on the videos on the GBHL YouTube channel is, I gave up the hobby years ago, watching this channel has got us back into it. A magazine would serve exactly the same purpose, and not only that, it would encourage those who are involved to live in their hobby, because it's appealing to all aspects of the hobby as well. It's not just gamers going to tournaments. You're covering a variety of things.
It's from the gaming to the hobby aspects, right across the spectrum, everything that the hobby involves. And that's the hope.
And I think one of the greatest things about this magazine is it is a reflection of what has been happening. It is a community-driven magazine.
Yeah, you should know the people writing the articles. I was quite keen on that. There'll be pictures of, little pictures of people and their name next to it. Yeah. It won't just be blocks of text. Each article will be written by someone you know and will be relevant in some way to the thing that it's talking about.
Now, of course, a project like this is pretty expensive to do. So we will be asking at some point for you guys to really get behind this and back it and contribute what you think would be worth it. Now, there is going to be a structure to this, and there will be a reward system, but we can't really go into too much detail about that right now.
The basic thing, the thing that I can be pretty sure of happening, is that there'll be a PDF version which will be free. Simple as that. That the PDF will be put up online somewhere. You can download it absolutely for free and read it. Hopefully then there may be a donation system where people donate what they think they thought it was worth, they enjoy it. But the ultimate hope is that I want to print this thing. I don't want to be sending people a PDF. The whole point is to get you away from the screen, away from the websites, away from the forums, not that they're not great, but to sit on a sofa and read a magazine. And that is the bit that is trickier to do financially.
It's getting the hobby into different areas of your life.
So
we've got the hobby on our computer screens. We've got the hobby on YouTube now. We've got the hobby on the forums, and they've been going and ebbing and flowing over the past 10 years. Is it 10 years since
one ring's just gone 10 years.
One ring's just gone 10 years. So it's another way of getting the hobby into your home and getting more and more and more and more, as we say, content really for you to devour up, from battle reports that that you're not necessarily going to see on the YouTube channel. The stuff will be exclusive. It's exclusive.
That's the other thing. It will not be a rehash of anything else. Other battle reports, the written battle reports you read won't be on your channel or on the One Ring or anywhere. Everything will be. And
likewise as well. Nothing that we will do will go across, so that you really have an expansion of what is being offered to the community to gobble up.
Yeah.
But all this isn't easy. It does require you guys to support your hobby and really get behind this project. And if this is something you'd be excited about, you might have heard Jamie and I banter. This was before we spoke to Damian and realised what an amazing plan that he already had and had developed to an extensive stage.
It was in the bar, wasn't it? At Manchester, going, whoa, 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 whoa.
Don't do what you were, don't do what you were thinking of doing, because I've already done this, and we really want to get behind that. We really want to get behind that, and we do need to find ways of, you guys supporting that. So
We have some pages.
we have some pages. Should we have a little look?
These, I would stress, these are not finished in any way. They're not necessarily what will be an issue. They're more there to give you an idea of the sort of thing, the sort of way it might look, the sort of articles you might get.
We will show some properties, but immediately, and I said this yesterday when I was contributing to something that I was writing for you, was that just the experience of holding that, and that's not even what you guys would be getting if you got the glossy magazine, but just the experience of seeing something on proper paper in hobbity text. Hobbity text with hobbity pictures, with the tea stain look behind. It's gorgeous, and it's exactly what you want. You want to see this, you want to gobble it up.
You've got this sort of thing, which is a fairly standard scenario. That's the other page of that there, with your should be a brand new scenario with your map at the bottom, special rules, that sort of thing.
And custom scenarios is going to be something that's going to be quite big for you, I imagine. So you're really creating something to give back to the...
Yeah, hopefully brand new scenarios that might better represent some of the film scenes.
Yep.
We then have this sort of thing, which is your more kind of editorial type piece. There'll be some high-res photos, I think, afterwards, but you get the sort of idea in the hand, I think, of kind of articles by hobbyists talking about things that they're kind of interested in and kind of different aspects for the Hobbit and hobby. And then this is just an example of a tournament review. So we've got like kind of, this was from Mansfield, so we've got the winners up the top, some text, big group shots, and obviously some of the armies of people who brought things along would be featured, and like reviews of the events. So it's those kind of things, as I say, hopefully there'll be some high-res pictures down below, but they give you a flavour. It will hopefully look like a magazine. It won't look like a staff newsletter or something. That would be the hope.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited about this.
Thanks.
I'm really, really excited about this, and chuffed to be able to hopefully help it.
I'd also like to even already say thanks to everyone who's done anything for it. There are already a lot of people on board. I'm almost less, because at the time it is in February, I'll do this at the time. I don't want to name names necessarily because I can't guarantee that everyone will be in it, but I know that like James, Tom, Kieran have all kind of contributed things to it already that are definitely going to be in it. And then there are other things in line for kind of painting workshops and scenery workshops.
It'll be interesting to hear how much of mine that you snip up.
But it's good to have passionate people writing this sort of thing.
And this is what this hobby is about. Really, it's about the people behind it, and I think this is another step to humanising, the hobby.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a reasonable summary, I think. So you guys have got lots to be excited about. So you need to wait out. You need to keep an eye out. We will release more videos when.
Hopefully this is end of March. Somewhere in that region. It might be later. So here's an editing booth here. Hopefully this is end of April. Maybe it's coming out now.
I'm going to leave that like that. It's brilliant.
But sometime around there, I think there'll be something to potentially get excited about.
But this is lots to be excited about. I guarantee you that our first day subscribers will be commenting, saying yes. Well, this is what we've been wanting for ages. Yes, I've been wanting this for ages. This is what we want. This is what we want.
I really hope so, because by the time they see this, it will probably be done. So if they then say, not really.
Yeah. Remember, this is something you guys can, you can be able to download for free, but there will be some structures in place where, you can maybe contribute something that you think that such a high quality hobby magazine would be worth. So this has been GBHL James
and Damian.
And Damian, you've not got his magazine alias yet. But when it happens, that is what you'll be referred to as
Editor.
Dr. Editor, whatever it is. And yeah, we've been talking about this fabulous new magazine which should be coming out very
Called
soon.
SBG. Probably, I think.
Have you just dropped that in? So that's okay. I was holding back from saying it.
It's all over it. I think so. It's all over it. I think that's a good title.
It was one of the moments where I was just like, yeah, that looks cool.
SBG.
Just at the bottom of the pages, it was one of the first things I noticed after sort of was in the bottom, and that sounds sad, the date. So you've got April, May 2014, obviously this is draft, and then it's got SBG, and I think it's a really good name for a magazine.
So,
what do you think?
Sure,
SBG? SBG magazine, giving you guys even more great Hobbit content. Support your Hobbit hobby, guys.
And happy strategy battle game.